In the last 40-50 years, we have been brainwashed that ಊಟ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಕ್ಕಿ, ಇನ್ನು ಈ ಮೇಲೆ ಚಪಾತಿ ತಿನ್ನಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು. ಚಪಾತಿ ತಟ್ಟಿ ಪೀಪಲ್, ಹೆಂಗಸರು ಪಾಪ. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವಿಮೆನ್ ವಿಸಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಮೀ ಫಾರ್ ವ್ಯಾರಿಕೋಸ್ ವೀನ್ಸ್. Because just to make 20 chapatis in a daily basis, you need to stand in front of. ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡೋ ವಿಷಯ ಕಳೆದೋಗಿದೆ. ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟವ್, ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಪ್, ಕುಕ್ for hours together. Morning 6 o'clock you enter the kitchen, till 11 o'clock you are in the kitchen. Indian women ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಕೀಪ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಚಪಾತೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಚಪಾತಿ. ತುಂಬ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಚಪಾತಿ. ಒತ್ತರಿ, ಗ್ಲೂಟೆನ್ ಇದೆ, ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್ ಚಪಾತಿ. ಹಿಂದೆ ಜೋಳದ ರೊಟ್ಟಿ ತಟ್ಟೋರು, ಕೊರಲೆ ರೊಟ್ಟಿ ತಟ್ಟೋರು. ನೋ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ತಿನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಚಪಾತಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೂ ಕಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಬಿಜಾಪುರ್, ರಾಯಚೂರ್. They all used to eat jolad roti tatkondo. The moment they come to Mysore for some transfer or something, within 3 weeks they all eat wheat, and within 3 months they are diabetic. I am not exaggerating. I have 100 patients with this story. This is the story of human. Why do we have 25% of people diabetes? If 3% increase of any disease is just like tsunami in medical research, we have 25%, another 25% are going. No one cares. How do we do that? In fact, the other day from Delhi, one boy called, 16 years old, 8 years since he has been taking this insulin, 10 units in the morning, 10 units in the evening, and once in a while he loses consciousness. This happens regularly, at least once a week. Then the doctor says, keep a chocolate in his pocket and educate the friends around him. When that happens, take the chocolate, put it in his mouth. 2 minutes, sugar is going to the blood. As I told you, we are having so much sugar. The chocolate, all bakery, anywhere you go, any bakery product you take, you call it cake, gulkan, shisha, badshah, ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೆಸರುಗಳು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೋದು, ತಿಂದಿದ್ದೆ. We have 12 bakeries in a kilometer in any street of any town in this country, but not one vegetable shop. When we have abakari ministers, no tarkari ministers. Tapale tatri. Nagarjuna Sagar Dam producing molasses, Maharashtra producing molasses, every state producing molasses. That's why we have abakari ministers, but not tarkari ministers. So this is the sad story of our human race. So we have spent so much money on producing this sugar cane and producing sugar and molasses, and what are we getting out of this? All our kids, not only kids, in diabetes bandilla andre ubakaya bandide. Ubakaya is a disease nowadays. 32% of Americans are obese, to the extent that they are weighing 128 kilos average. No problem, we are not far behind. Bangalore alone has 12% obese people. So if I go on telling you these numbers, you will all drive me out of this place. It is scary. And this is what 15 years back went into my head. So we are losing fertility one side. Americans have 5 times more than our place, land. They can afford to go on rampage their land and make it infertile. Again go to another place, rampage, another 50 years, go to another place, rampage 50 years, make it infertile. By the time they come around this soil, if you don't go there, by itself it will regenerate in another 50 years. But we don't have that luxury. We have only this much place and 6 times more people than those people. And if we keep copying them, ಅವರು ಹಾಳಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಾವು 6 times faster ಹಾಳಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. And that's what exactly is happening. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಉಚ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಉಸಿರಾಟ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. They all take medicines. ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೇ, ಉಸಿರಾಟ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಗು ರಾತ್ರಿ 10 ಗಂಟೆ ಆದರೆ ಮಲ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬೆನ್ನಮ್ಮ ತಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು ಉಸಿರಾಟ ತೊಂದರೆ. ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್, ಪುಸ್ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಕಾರ್ಟಿಕೋಸ್ಟಿರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಏನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೆ? ಸ್ಟಿರಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್, ಹೋಮಿಯೋಪತಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಿರಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೀವು ಸ್ಟೆರಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇವನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಸ್ಟೆರಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್. ಆಯುರ್ವೇದ ಸ್ಟೆರಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸ್ಟೆರಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು? ಹೂ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ಡ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೆರಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್? Something or the other, this Ayurveda doctor, homeopathy gives and cures them. You also cure. What if he gives steroids? Or ಮಣ್ಣು ಮಸಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ವಾಸಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನಪ್ಪ, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ವಾಸಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. You are the ones who have all the authority to produce steroids, prescribe steroids. ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಎಷ್ಟಾದರೂ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ವಾಸಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Keep taking. How long? Lifelong. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಬ್ರೀತ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಾಬಾ ರಾಮದೇವ್ರು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಉಸಿರಾಟ ಆದರೂ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 5 ಇಯರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಣಾಮ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅವರು. ಐ ಬೋ ಮೈ ಹೆಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಅಸ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಬ್ರೀತ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ. ಸಹಜವಾಗಿ ಉಸಿರಾಟ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದನ್ನು ಮರ್ತು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. ಕಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಿಡಿ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಸ್ಯಾಡ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಟ್ರಬಲ್ಡ್ ಮೀ 15. So I am just so confused at that moment. What do we do? If this continues, where do we go? What happens to our kids? The liver does something called glycogen. It packs up everything and makes a complex carbohydrate. Innu ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, little more of glycogen, you convert it to some other ಗ್ಲಿಸರಾಲ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗ್ಲಿಸರಾಲ್ಗೆ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಬಿಟ್ಟು ಟ್ರೈಗ್ಲಿಸರೈಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಕೊಲೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಲ್, ಕೊಬ್ಬು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದೆನ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಓವರ್, ಯು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮೀಟ್, ಯು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಪುಟಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ವೆಯ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ದಟ್ ಸೆಟ್ಸ್ the real process of releasing energy into. So this glucose that is floating in the blood is carried into each and every cell by this so-called insulin. It chauffeurs the glucose molecules into the every cell of our living things, and there is a big yantranga, mitochondria, in which the red blood cells have got wonderful iron holding the oxygen, comes along with this and then burns glucose, produces carbon dioxide and water. Meanwhile also energy which is trapped by a molecule called ATP, adenosine triphosphate, that last phosphate bond. Wherever you require energy to shit, to sing, to dance, to fight, to run, to sleep, to do anything, all these living processes, you require energy, and this ATP is what produces that energy where and where you need. So if you don't use this energy, the carbon dioxide is produced if glucose is burnt. Excess of glucose, it goes into the cell, doesn't get burnt, comes back again, glucose. So lot of glucose around. Pack it, glycogen. Pack it, cholesterol. Pack it, triglycerides. Do something, put it this way, that way, nothing else. I will just pack it on the blood vessels itself. BP shuru agoytu. What do we do? Take tablets. So the only solution is simple, very simple. Oh, istu simple. So just eat these grains. Within 6 months, no BP, you have no diabetes, you have no triglycerides, there will be some, you need to be in the range alli irbeku. Glucose is very important, that balance. It is the balance. We need cholesterol, we need triglycerides, beda anta alla, they have to be in the range, in that balanced condition we need, and that job will be regulated and done for you. To produce 1 kilo of this wonderful grains, you don't need water at all. Just 12 centimeters rain, 4 ಮಳೆ ಆದರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಲಾಲ್ಬಾಗಲ್ಲಿ we had a session. This photo is stuck, made a big flex ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. I will So we produce these grains without water at all. Just 4 rains are all that you need. Please pass it on. 1 ಕಿಲೋ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಬೆಳೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ 8,000 ಲೀಟರ್ ನೀರು ಬೇಕು. 1 ಕಿಲೋ ಮಾಂಸ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ 50,000 ಲೀಟರ್ ನೀರು ಬೇಕು. 1 ಕಿಲೋ ಸಕ್ಕರೆಗೆ 28,000 ಲೀಟರ್ ಬೇಕು. 1 ಕಿಲೋ ಈ ಫಾಕ್ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಮಿಲೆಟ್, ಕೋಡೋ ಮಿಲೆಟ್, ಬಾರ್ನ್ಯಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಿಲೆಟ್, ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಟಾಪ್ ಮಿಲೆಟ್, small millet, also called little millet. Yeah, this is navane, arka, ಹೆಸರೇ ಸೂರ್ಯಂದು ಆದಿ ಬೀಜ. ಅದು 1000 ವರ್ಷ ಹಿಂದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಆರ್ಕಾನೇ ಅತಿ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಬರೋದು. Barnyard, Oodalu. We have got pearl millet, which is called Sajje. We got 1.7%. We have got Jola, which is called great millet, 2.1%. And we have called corn Mekkejola, 2.7%. So it keeps giving you glucose in small quantities throughout the day. So you don't need to actually keep eating every 2 hours. You eat once happily, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾದರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ತಿನ್ನಿ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತಿನ್ನಿ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡಯಟ್. ಡಯಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಗೋಧಿ ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ eat this as much as you want. In fact, you cannot eat more because it has lot of fiber. Once you soak, it just fills you up, and you need only 2 fistfuls of these great grains. Wonderful siridhanya. I named them as siridhanya. The reason is these scientists in the last 40-50 years have named trunadhanya, chirudhanya, kirudhanya, millet, booklet, piglet, small things, throwaway things. That is why they have named it like that. In a matter of 6 months, we'll start getting into the groove. The definition of food itself has to be clearly understood by human race in these terms, and that's what our Ayurveda Janapa. They said, sit, look at your breath, watch your breath. So what do we do when we take deep breaths? We are breathing through every cell. It is not just the lungs that are breathing. It is each and every cell that will burn glucose and produce carbon dioxide. Chocolate ready ಮಾಡೋವಾಗಿ cocoa beans ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಂದು they just ferment. That theobromine is an alkaloid, just like caffeine in coffee, nicotine in cigarette. You have theobromine, an alkaloid which is addictive forming chemical. That's how all the kids, or even elders who eat chocolate, keep wanting to eat chocolate because of this addiction. And we don't have enough of it, but all over the world everyone is eating chocolate. How are they doing? Because while producing, they add some maida, sugar, and start boiling this, and then this bad smelling concoction starts smelling beautiful smell that you like this chocolate. While doing that, lot of things around like cockroaches and rats come and fall into these vats that they are cooking. No problem. The chocolate manufacturers go and apply to the FDA, Food Drug Administration of America. FDA anta ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ. If you can get permission from that organization, you can sell anything anywhere on this planet. They get permission saying that 4% of chocolate can legitimately contain cockroach parts. This is FDA approved product all over the world. This so-called notion of chocolate undegalu, but everyone is eating in the name of chocolate. We are feeding our kids 4%. That means if you give 100 grams of chocolate, you are feeding your kid 18 cockroaches. ಏ ಬಿಡಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್? ಹಂದಿ ತಿಂತೀವಿ, ಹಸು ತಿಂತೀವಿ, ಕೋಳಿ ತಿಂತೀವಿ, ಮಹಾ 4 ಕಾಕ್ರೋಚ್ ತಿಂದರೆ ಏನಂತೆ? We have to be so intelligent, so smart, so wise, such that we don't even make a small noise. We just live and pass away. Can we follow those simple things?